Hello everybody and welcome back to Imperator, where we are currently doing whatever this is. I'll be honest, I have no memory of what's happening here, but I think this is barbarians? Yeah, this is barbarians. We're heading that way. We took a lot of damage there. We have a civil war brewing, 52%. That was definitely not the case when I shut down the game. I can tell you that right now. So there's a bunch of people who are super upset, and it's mostly the Admiral of the First Navy here. So let's see here. That would be this guy. He was not upset before, but it's mostly just due to power base in country and that strong arm that we didn't choose to have happen, which isn't ideal, but we can certainly bribe him and that'll be fine. So with that done, it's now 32.58%. Next up is Kejang Wen, and we've been having problems with this guy for a while, but we can just bribe him too, and that's okay. So this guy should now be loyal again. I was heading him down to Panay. Okay, so there's all that handled. It's very strange to me that it very often creates a civil war scenario when you restart the game. Oh, we're going to get tyranny from that. Okay. And also, we have a new ruling party. So we have free idea slots. And what do we want to put in here? We can definitely put in... Manpower recovery speed is pretty good at this point. Now that we have legions, I kind of want that. Build time, build cost, population capacity, commerce income, slave output, and citizen output. I'm going to take the slave output. We're going to be optimizing for a bunch of slave stuff, so that seems okay. Monthly corruption reduction, unintegrated culture, happiness. Loyalty of generals and admirals is pretty good. I'm not going to lie. We're going to take that. Okay, so that sounds good. And we lack a Navy commander. Okay, no scorned families right now, so I'll just put this guy in. Sure, we can gain Wise. That seems fine. They exited our territory here, so that is absolutely noted. We're just going to start taking some of this back and hope that they don't come back. That's the idea here. Obviously, we need more manpower, but that is fine for right now. Okay, so this is all auto-capping. That looks good. So we just cap here. This will all auto-cap in theory as well. I'm probably going to leave these guys up on the mainland for right now. So a station point of somewhere like this city would be decent. They wouldn't take attrition there. How many total subunits do we have? We've got 4, 8... Does it say in here? No, it doesn't. Okay. So 4, 8, 10, and then 17. Okay. So 17 subunits means that this is going to be a total count of 7,250, I think. No, that's not right. 7,500. Yes, 7,500-ish. No, hang on. I think I'm mathing very wrong here. Okay, it doesn't matter. It's going to be over 1,000 more manpower, no matter what. So that's okay. We're going to head down to Barus, and we are going to check in here. So no possible buildings here. There is a possible building here. Are we capped on our research efficiency? We are not. So I'm going to build a library there. In Lemuria, we're capped. Over here, we know that we're not capped on our research efficiency. So I'm going to put in a noble district here. We're going to be working on that for the moment. This guy wants an office. I'm sure it'll be okay. I'm sure it'll be fine. Checking it up here, we need mills. Noted. So both of these are going to require a fair amount of additional work, but we are going to be producing a good amount of cash from them. So that's good. I'm going to have these guys drill for the time being. These barbarians are gone. They have left. And we'll see if they ever come back. Okay. So we definitely need to let our tyranny drop as much as we can. We've been getting some tyranny from events, and it's been holding relatively firm, which is unfortunate. We are attempting to allow our tyranny to drop. We can call down an omen, and what do we want here? I'm thinking maybe provincial loyalty or population happiness. Let's go for pop happiness. Our population is probably not the happiest in the world right now. Like if we look up over here, yeah, these guys are, they're not the happiest on the planet. No doubt about that. That's okay. We're going to continue to work on this. So we do want to put in a noble district here. Unfulfilled promises. Yeah, Shuda's going to be very unhappy. This is absolutely going to be a thing, and we're okay with it. We're going to build another noble district here for right now, and we're at 8 out of 11 here. We're going to have to start deleting building slots soon enough. We do produce iron here, but, you know, it's fine. This is, I guess, a research city. Maybe it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. Why are we making this a research city? This should be a slave city as well, and so should this. All of these should probably be slave cities. And then, what do we have up over here? These are settlements. Yeah, this could potentially be a research city. Yes. And it's already kind of set up for that. So we could put a noble district in here, but I think we're far better off. The Faith of Yang, huh? He is but a modest man. Okay. We should definitely be working on our slaves up over here, because that will produce us additional finances, and we definitely need that. So that looks good. Shuda is now upset, and that's fine. I don't care about him. He is completely and totally irrelevant. He was demanding a job, and we didn't give him one, and that's okay. So how much more do we need here? 1,169 men? Okay. Well, now we know. It is 8,500. That's fine. We'll have that soon enough, fairly shortly. I'd like to get another mill queued up over here. That is going to be fairly expensive. 120 gold. But we definitely need to get those going. Now, Thashana is already set up to be a slave city here. It might get another building slot from getting population and from its civilization value going up. We'll see if that ends up happening. For the time being, I really want to be working on our income. Our income is not as high as it should be. We definitely want to improve that. So this Freeman City over here is producing a fair amount of manpower. At this point, we're gaining 106 manpower per month. I would definitely like those numbers to come up, but I feel like slave cities, at least these 5 over here, are very important. Okay, so this is this city right here. We'll pronounce a slave market, and 2 slaves will appear there. Apparently that's giving us a civil war due to Kencheng Wen again. Okay, sure. We got some advances, and this guy, he's problematic. He is 46 years old. I'm going to give him free hands. We don't want another... We don't want another rebellion on our hands right now. So for the moment, I want to go into... We were working on bread stamp, for sure. We'll grab that for right now for population growth. And then we'll need to head down to Illumin, and then we get a free province investment from that. That's fine. Monthly civilization change into population growth. And then that would be citizen happiness. That's reasonably fine. There's some manpower gains out over on this side, but for the moment, I'm more interested in population growth. So we're going to grab Illumin for now. Okay. We definitely want to be making a lot more gold, and we're going to work our way towards that. So we got 2 additional slaves over here. That's good. And let's get that mill going immediately. So the mill is queued up. That's looking good. The question now, actually, hang on. Let's cancel that mill real quick, because I want to take a look in the macro builder here. Let's save up for enough for farming settlements and mines. I don't know if we actually need any of those. We might. So let's take a quick look on that. We'll get back to that mill if we don't need one. I don't think we can build any enclosures, but that would be good too. So at 150 right now, yep, no enclosures to be built. There are some farming settlements, or 1 farming settlement to be built. Okay, let's get that going for now. So that'll be the top priority there. Producing a farming settlement. There are no mines to be produced at this moment. So from here, we can go back to working on our slave cities over here. I would definitely like to get this shifted over to being a slave city, but that's going to be expensive. We'll need cash for that. Barbarians exist up over here. Okay. We're going to send our army up over that way. It'll take them a while to get there, but we're still going to head that direction. And of course, we're going to need a lot of gold and manpower. We need 102 men at this point to fully replenish our armies. So we're nearly replenished here. There's a fair amount that we need to get, especially in the archer count. We need like 1,500 manpower for that. But fighting these barbarians is going to cost some manpower as well. We're barely recovered from the last round of barbarians. I'm noticing that they're sieging and not assaulting. That is a bit different in behavior. Okay. Well, we're on our way up, and we'll get there eventually. We've got prosperity here, and we're going to take the national tax increase. Absolutely. I would love to have that kind of gold again. We'll demand a payment to his territory, I'm sure. He's at 60 loyalty right now, so that seems okay. And we're starting to bank up some manpower. So there we go. We're now maxed out on this legion for the moment, and we do need a lot more manpower, no doubt about that. But let's just slowly make our way up this way. Not having roads, to be clear, is a problem, but we don't really have the cash income to make roads. So the top priority right now is definitely on getting slave cities built up. These three will also probably end up being slave cities, but we need to get a lot of work done there. I'm not planning on going to war for quite a long time, for the record. Do they finish up the siege here? No, they don't, so we're probably going to fight them before the next siege event, and we should easily win this. Yeah, that's going pretty well. It's a few hundred manpower lost here. How much did we end up actually losing? 455? Okay. So they're retreating back up over this way. They were paid by these guys, though. So we're going to probably hang out over here for the time being. They might come back. We didn't stack wipe them, and we can't chase them into this enemy territory. Or not enemy territory, but this territory we don't control. They're actually turning around and walking directly back in here. So we're going to do the same. Debtor imprisoned, huh? Okay. That sounds good. So, of course, they're trying to attack here, but they're not making any progress now. So we're just going to walk in, stack wipe them. That's done. And we're going to head back over here. Looks good. So we're at 225 gold right now. That, of course, means we want to get a mill here. And I'd love to get another mill going here. We're not quite ready for that. Who is this time? Qisheng Wen again? This guy, though. This guy. We're going to work on assassinating him. Yeah, that's going to boost up our tyranny. He's got to go. This guy's a massive problem. We've given him so much, and he just continues to hate. Okay, we're going to get a mill going here. And with any luck, Qisheng Wen will cease to exist fairly soon. But yeah, this guy's a problem. He is a significant problem. His power base is very high. He's got those loyal cohorts, and why are these guys... Okay, they're loyal to him because he used to be the leader here. Yeah, we could also reward his veterans if we had the gold. We don't have the gold right now, so we're just going to look to eliminate him. That'll be the way to go. So from here, we've got this pretty well set up for a slave city. I want to check through all of these really quickly here. So tax offices boost tax output, and that's really good. But I'm wondering about slave happiness. Is that just the mill? That does boost slave happiness, to be clear. As well as giving... That doesn't give desired ratio. Okay. How do we get slave desired ratio, then? Presumably there's some way to do it. Taverns do give slave happiness. Slave trader. Okay. That's noted. That is absolutely fine. We can do that. So 3 slave traders and 3 taverns. That would boost up the slave happiness as well as the slave desired ratio. Although, arguably, we may not need the taverns. It would give the population growth, though. Of course, we're capped at 9 buildings here, so that is noted. We can afford a military tradition, and let's go for one here. What do we want to grab? Maybe something in here? None of these are particularly useful for us. We're using elephants. These are all cavalry. Horse-related stuff. There's some stuff down at the bottom that's okay, so I guess we'll just keep working on our navy. We also just got a second navy, and that should merge into the first navy. Okay, so obviously, Keishang Wen is a problem, right? We're working on him. We have a success chance of 56%. Noted. Is there anyone else that we can work on? Yume Fan would be a good one to target here, so we're going to give them free hands. They're 62, so that shouldn't accumulate too much corruption, in theory. And anybody else here? Kuyu Shi. Okay. So that would be this guy. We'll bribe him. Okay, so that puts us at 19.38 of the threshold. So the governor of Burma would be the next one. Well, we can give him free hands, I guess, and that would do the trick. I'll just merge these navies together. That looks good. And at this point, we're at 186 gold. So I want to continue to work on these slaves, right? So we want to build a slave trader over here, since we got a building slot. We'll absolutely work on that, because that will give us the desired ratio. We definitely want our desired ratio to be quite a lot higher. This is currently a final desired ratio of 20%. Okay. Yeah, we'll become a rival, I guess. That's very rude, but whatever. It's okay. How awful. We'll take good care of this guy and his 130 gold. And we'll immediately get rid of a commercial district and start building a slave trader here. That looks good. So 20 approval from oligarchs. That is also very good. And we'll build a slave trader here as soon as we can, which is on this next month tick. There we go. We can get a civic perk. And sure, we'll boost up our taxation by 7.5% in a bunch of provinces. I like it. So that's a bunch of slave traders going in. We're going to continue to work on that, but I'm wondering, slave happiness is capped, generally, pretty low, right? But it doesn't matter. Slave happiness doesn't affect their output efficiency. So I don't think taverns are at all necessary here unless we wanted the population growth. And I don't feel like that's worth a building slot, is the thing. So I think we build 3 slave traders, 3 mills, a foundry, and then anything else above and beyond goes into tax offices. I think that's the way that this ends up going. So that's fine. We can definitely do that. And we'll want to do the same thing in both of these cities, to be honest. They're going to be fairly expensive to get set up. How are we doing? We're at 150 research efficiency right now. Okay, ooh, look at this. That's exciting. Noted. I'm not going to take advantage of that right now, though, because we need to go into our military, into our legions. We can have up to 28 here, but what we need... Okay, martial advance. What we need right now is 3 cohorts of archers. So we're going to confirm those changes. That's fine for the moment. And at this point, we would need to add a 2-to-1 ratio, right? But we're going to come back to that. So that's okay, and we were working on making our way to obstetrics, which is fine. We'll take some monthly civilization change here. And then we'll make our way into obstetrics. So are we currently ahead of time on tech? Yes, we are. We are ahead of time on tech. Okay, so we definitely don't need to continue focusing on research too much. We could continue to boost up this library. We have an empty building slot. So the question is, why not? Well, for now, let's grab obstetrics to grab that sweet, sweet population growth. Beautiful. Then I want to come down over to Thashana here. This guy can cover it. I'm sure it'll be fine. So down in Thashana, I want to take a look at what we've got going on here. This needs building slots, 2 of them. So I'm wondering about the current civilization value compared to the max civilization value. We are going to get approximately 1 building slot out of that. But we can get the rest potentially out of population. Okay, Funan is thinking about rebelling. I'm going to swap them over to harsh treatment. Plus 0.03. That is extremely minimal. Okay. This didn't go according to plan, but he did lose health anyway. So there's that. 10 tyranny? That's a lot of tyranny. Time will see this division healed. Okay. So the Democrats are in control. That is noted. And we can put in this guy. There is a Scorn family, the Wen family, but that'll be okay for now. Yes. Sure. This is fine. So our current ruler is now a member of the Wen family, right? I believe so. We have a breakthrough here, and we gain an innovation, so that's nice. We can immediately... We could head down this direction, but I feel like we have what we want over there now. I kind of want to head into... Where was that? There was a route that I wanted to head. I guess we could go down and, like, boost up our tax and manpower over this way. That's a theoretical thing that we could do. Alternatively, we could go for boosting up our political influence gain. Yeah, I don't know about those oratory advances for right now. Honestly, we may want to consider working on some martial advances. But what I really want is tax advances. So I think that we need to be in the civic tree. There are some over here, yes, but what we'd be really looking for is things like slaves needed for surplus, so slave output, things like that. Making our way down to, like, urban planning. So let's do right to be heard for right now. I think that'll be okay. Now, this is also a bit of a problem over here. We'll put them onto harsh treatment, although it's not going to do very much. We might actually be better off retaining conversion here. These guys are probably going to rebel eventually, and I think that's okay. If they do, we'll crush them very, very quickly. So that is fine. We're going to hop over here. That's currently full. Okay, so we would need to delete, like, the port or the commerce district. I'm going to delete the port here, and we're going to put in a slave trader. Cool. We'll do a very similar thing out over here, but we don't need it just yet. The slave trader will go in shortly. We just need 2 more month ticks, it looks like, in terms of cash, so that'll be absolutely okay. Yeah, 1 more month tick will do the trick. Excellent. Keep in mind, our finances are going up very slowly, but we've also been expanding our army size, right? So that is definitely not necessarily helping in terms of our income. Okay, I want to hop down over here and put in a slave trader. That looks good. We're just continuing to work on maxing out those slave cities for the time being. Now, of course, these provinces up over here are not the happiest in the world. Tyranny isn't helping, but it's mostly this location right here. So that's the thing. There's a lot of unrest here, but that is slowly going down. The unrest is. That's the primary problem, is the amount of unrest here. Okay. Well, we do want automatic trading. It looks like the rebellion turned off our automatic trading. So we want to turn those back on. We can in fact do it through administration over here, if I recall correctly. Yes. And that's definitely something that we want to do. So automatic trading gets turned on for every province for right now. That looks good. We have a character focus available. We're going to go construction focus. 200 gold. Where is this? This would be local noble desired population. So that would be right here in this settlement. I don't want to do that permanently. That's not relevant. Okay, so we're not too concerned about that one. We are, of course, still working on building these slave traders, and it's looking pretty decent. Let's grab the provincial loyalty, even though that's not really going to offset this too much. It will delay it a little bit. So that'll be reasonably fine for right now. And of course, we need one more slave trader in each of these locations, right? Both are currently full in terms of their building count, but that's okay for now. We're going to be able to shift around some buildings here. That seems fine. But it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to continue to work painstakingly on our economy. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings. And a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Atala, Ali Lee, Dark Horse, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.